Hey, I was gone so long, so sorry about that. I'm also trying to make my voice sound a little bit more natural because I always sound either like, hey, I'm gonna sell you a commercial, or like, So, yeah, we'll see how that goes. Let's hope my voice gets better. So, today I'm actually going to be telling a little story because I've been wanting to do that for a really long time. I don't have a bunch of stories, and most of them involve people that are currently in my life, so I don't want to tell stories that might be personal to people in my life at the moment. So I'm just going to tell a story that happened a long time ago, and it might be a little bit boring, but I still think it's a little bit funny and weird, so hopefully you enjoy. So this story is actually about the time I was technically, and technically being the key word here, abducted or kidnapped. Kidnapped isn't really the right word because I was not forcibly taken in any way. I just I went there on my own, but the people did not have permission from me, and I was a really young person at the time. I was a kid for me to be in their custody. So technically it was kidnapping or whatever, but it wasn't an actual dangerous situation, but it still was kind of funny and very illegal. So, yeah. So, this happened when I was in about second grade and I was in elementary school. At my school, pretty much you could go after school and the school would provide little activities while your parents were away, and it was just kind of a way for parents who worked later to be able to pick their kids up later. And at the time, I took a little art thing after school, so I would go to the art room and these people would give us little projects and we would do them. So I was in this little class, but one day I was supposed to be going to this class because my parents weren't home at the time, and I forgot and just got on the bus. And so I was riding the bus, and a little bit before my stop, I realized that I should be at school because my parents won't be there when I get back. So I went up to the bus driver, and this was a school bus, by the way, so I wasn't on a public bus, and I told her that I couldn't be dropped off at my stop because I wasn't supposed to be there, and that I needed her to take me back to the school. And she was really laid back. She was a pretty young person, and she was like, okay, I'll get you back to the school somehow. And you see, in this situation, if I had been smart, I should have just gone home and waited for my parents, because it really wasn't a big deal if I wasn't at the little after school thing. But no, I wanted to go to my art project thing. And so she said, I'll figure out a way to get you home, but I don't want to take you home. I don't have the time, or this isn't part of my pay grade. So she took everyone else to their stops, and then she parked the bus and she called one of her personal friends, like someone that didn't work for the school district and was just some random guy. And so I was like, okay, this is all cool, whatever, I trust this bus driver. And her friend finally gets there, and he's this pretty old guy, and he drives up in a black van with tinted windows. Yeah, that's pretty sketchy in my opinion, but I just went along with it and I got in. And this was about the moment that the actual abducting or whatever happened, because it is she was not allowed to hand me over to this man in his custody without my parents' permission, because my parents had given her permission to take care of me, but not this random dude. And she did anyway, so I was with this random dude. And he actually did take me back to my school, and I got to my school. And little side note, once I had gotten there, since I was late, it turned out that they had given away my art project to another student who hadn't been there the previous day. I'm still kind of salty about that, but it's okay. But then, literally a year ago, many years later, I was talking, and I somehow in conversation I told my parents the story, and I never thought of it as kidnapping at the time, and my parents didn't even know it happened, and they were like, "That's so illegal. We would have gotten your bus driver at least fired. We maybe even arrested. We were not okay with that." And so yeah. But yeah, that's pretty much the story. I got home safe and I was fine, but it still technically counts, and my parents were really mad, and I really should have told them, but I never did. Also, I didn't have enough footage of my drawing pieces to put in this part, so this is just a little extra bit. I hope you enjoyed the video. If you want me to do more stories, tell me. I definitely have more interesting stories than this, but this is just all I could think of at the time, and I really needed to put a video out, so thanks.